Centennial offers pretty much anything you'd expect from an accounting firm. I mean, we've got tax services, which is usually what brings people in the door, but then accounting, bookkeeping, we can outsource that whole function for you.
We like the clients that we can get to know. We can get to know their business. We're doing payroll for them. We're doing their accounting work.
We also offer tax planning and preparation for business and individual clients.
What really gets me up in the morning is the consulting work we do here, helping people understand what the numbers really mean. My favorite businesses to work with are actually the brand new ones, just getting started out. It's the owner, maybe they've got 1 or 2 employees, and they are starting an adventure. You know, they've got this great idea, and there's all this enthusiasm and excitement, and they come in. Those little mom and pop shops are just what gets me up in the morning.
Most clients that we find, they want somebody to talk to. They want peace of mind. They want to actually be able to get a phone call back.
A lot of times we'll see clients coming from a large national firm. They come into our office and they say the same thing pretty near every time. I go in and they do my taxes, but they never answer my questions. I never get any advice. I feel like I'm just a number to these people. When you walk into our office, the people that you meet, they're going to greet you, they're going to look you in the eye. And when you sit down with your professional, they're going to take the time to actually get to know your facts. You know, the first meeting for most clients is a full hour, and then we'll spend time after that looking at their documents.
We know you. We know your needs. We get to know you as a person. You know, we know your quirks and, you know, what you like to happen at tax time. And so it's really important at Centennial that we know our clients, we know what their needs are, and that is how we are able to best serve them.
Centennial's large enough that we have the staff that we need to provide clients year-round assistance and help them with their tax issues. It's small enough that we can be local and we can have a real relationship with those clients. That's where the value is for us, is having that relationship. Estate tax preparation is not something that a lot of smaller firms do. They don't have the expertise or the in-house staff to do that. Working with a client throughout their lifetime, we've built that reputation and that trusted advisor relationship. And they know that we've done proactive tax planning and estate planning for them, and that when something does happen, we will be there to help guide their family through.
And we are generalists here at Centennial. We're going to be able to help in all different kinds of industries. And big firms a lot of times specialize, and you've got to kind of fit their mold. And at Centennial, because of our size, we're able to adapt and help small businesses kind of wherever they're at in their growth.
A lot of clients don't really understand the value that an accountant can bring to them in a world where we've got AI tools and, you know, QuickBooks and those sorts of things that can handle bookkeeping and payroll.
Whenever you ask somebody what they love about their business, it's never, I love to do the payroll for my business. So it's one of those easy things that you can outsource. You can have somebody else decide what technology they're going to use. Someone else is in charge of making sure your withholdings are correct. There are a lot of intricacies in payroll that people just don't understand. You know, the first IRS notice that you get, you're doing payroll on your own, and what do you do with it? How do you respond?
You got to remember that most people who are starting a business aren't financial professionals. They're great at swinging a hammer or at serving a customer. And so our ability to step in and come alongside them and teach them those basic things so that they're, you know, self-sufficient is great for them. It makes them feel confident in their business day to day. And, you know, it's great for them from a fee point of view. Instead of kind of trying to stick it to them and do all these things for them, we're teaching them to fish.
One of the things that Centennial can offer our clients beyond just a tax preparer who may or may not be working year-round is when they get a notice from the IRS or a state taxing authority, we can help them resolve that.
I can remember one particular example. We had a church client who had forgotten to file their payroll taxes. And at this point, they owed something like $750,000. And so they came to Centennial, and we were able to negotiate a settlement with them. We settled for about half of what they owed, and they were able to pay that over about 5 years.
With any professional firm, it starts with the talent. We have phenomenally talented professionals.
We've got CPAs, LPAs, EAs, and that's just not a luxury that most firms have, certainly not local.
Especially on the director level, I might not be this type of expert, but maybe Dr. Jeannie is. I guarantee someone else at Centennial can fill in the gaps and help, so that client is served really well.
One of the things that clients experience working with Centennial that I wasn't able to do in my smaller firm is that we have multi-levels of review.
In our firm, every tax return that comes through the door will have at least 2 people looking at it before it goes back out the door. Now, if that sounds excessive, I want you to stop and consider what happens when you have a bad day at work. It's really nice to know that at Centennial, if I have a bad day at work, that one of my other CPAs here is going to have my back and catch that error.
Centennial has grown quickly to become the fourth largest accounting firm in the Quad Cities. But more importantly, it is the largest accounting firm that is locally owned and locally managed. And that is to the benefit of our community and the benefit of our Quad Cities clients.
This place is amazing. Centennial is such an awesome place to come to work today, and I'm so proud that I get to help run the place.
I'm a part of this community. I like to give back to the community and help other citizens here.
I think about the work we've done for clients over the years, the problems we've solved, the businesses we've seen grow, the businesses we've seen sell and exit. And I just think about all the lives we've touched and the ways that this community is better for it.